People think that the depth as expressed in semantic or language, if it aligns to the prevailing circumstances, then in its own, it draws them to the deception that they are accessing a higher level of wisdom. Many of you sitting here listening to me, you would not have listened to Paul, the man who laid the foundation. Many people forget that it's only by the grace of God that we are able to articulate the language of Paul. Listen, the Bible says in 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verses 10, Paul the man, the Bible says his letters were weighty and powerful. He had very powerful letters. That's why they've been preserved up till today. But that very man, the Bible says, firstly, Paul's bodily presence was weak. So he didn't look serious. He looked a weak fellow. I wish I can show you an example, but there's a guy I've looked at this side. He looks like Paul, but I won't point at him because the Bible says don't touch the Lord's anointed. But you can imagine he was a bodily weak man, and the Bible says his speech was contemptible. Paul could not articulate. Paul did not have a language. Paul did not have semantics. He did not know how to speak eloquently. Why his letters are weighty and powerful? Also, it was because he had scribes. The book of Romans tells us of one of his greatest scribes called Tertius. So Tertius, a man with language, comes to understand a man who does not even know how to speak, whose speech is contemptible, whose bodily appearance is weak, and then tries to give language to what this man is saying, that which now you're reading through your scriptures to say, Paul's letters were weighty, but the language was not his own.